Guys, we have Dr. Mansi with us. She's a very experienced and experienced psychologist with decent expertise in this line of things. So the idea of bringing her is to give you the necessary psychological strength, especially in the cognitive field, while we are parallelly managing your emotional side also. Some of you already got an opportunity to interact with her one-on-one. The rest of the sessions will also happen. But before that, we just wanted to have a group session where she'll help you understand what are the certain aspects which you have to take care of as you are going into the intense examination session or season. Okay, so please give her a round of applause to welcome Mansi. So the idea of in life school is students struggle a lot. So we increase their mental capabilities with the enhanced mindset. They'll become a super student. So for a super student, they can clear any exam in one last attempt. So this is exactly how we go about it. So now it's up to you to make them super students. Yeah.
So can I know your names and age first? I think I interacted with 3 of them. Except for that, you can just tell me your name and your age.
I'm Radha, I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
I'm Nancy, I'm 26.
26. You, I don't know.
Sartha, 21.
Kushal, 23.
I'm Mariva, 22.
Sudarshan, 25.
So everybody is between 22, 27. Okay. So I've just crossed that barrier. And to relate a little bit more to you, I will tell you that okay, psychology became my passion later, but first I have been through a competitive exam that's called NEET. Okay, I've been through everything that you are going through right now, the number of attempts. Okay, whatever I did was a leap of faith with me, but all I want to tell you that every person that I have interacted with today, one thing I want to address from my side is the quality of communication. Okay, the quality, the way you communicate to anybody, like here between your peers or with your professionals or with your mentors. So this one thing, maybe you will think that it's not very important, or maybe we can get through the thing and pass on. But I'll tell you, what are you missing out on? Everybody. Okay. When I say communication, it's not about your emotions or what you're going through. It's about why are you here? What got you here? What is making you stay here? And the last thing is how long you want to be here. Okay. So when I say that communication is an issue, the communication is always two-sided, right? It should not be about you or me per se. It should be about your exam, you wanting to clear the exam, and this institute wanting to have students with exam getting cleared, right? The concentration comes down to emotions or any stress that you are dealing with when you get distracted, basically. And it happened with me when I was this age. It is very normal. But what is going to help you out is how fast you recover from that thing. How less are you losing out on your days, right? Now that you have 30 days, we generally don't sit and calculate how many hours have we been into the discussion or two-way discussion. Has that discussion been about gossip, or has that discussion been very constructive in any of the ways, or has that discussion been with people who are introvert in the same group? You are not having families here, right? Everybody comes from a different background altogether. But you staying in this house for 8-9 hours a day studying together, it is very equivalent to be like a family. Coming from very different experiences of CA or exam or everything, there's so many between you struggling with so many other things, right? But in that phase of competitiveness, we forget that people sitting next to you really need that vulnerability to be said, things not. Okay, point number 1. Point number 2, your mentor or your maybe like sir in a way will never understand that level of thing that you are on, because you're 22. He's been through the phases. So the best people who can understand you is the people sitting next to you, because they are going through the same phase that you are in. Either you have your own boat, like each and sink or sail, or you get into a ship and make the ships. It is as simple as that. Because it's a group session, nobody, I cannot point out on people and say that, okay, you say what is your problem, you say, it can be in an individual session. But in a group, I would really like you to put a light on things that you expect from your peers. Like any one thing that you expect from your peers, or you expect the kind of environment that can help you better. Or maybe there's an environment that's not helping you out. So each one of you can tell me one thing that's not helping you out and one thing that can help you out. And it can be very superficial. It cannot be like so deep and emotional thing. Something that can be quick, something that can help you till the month of Jan.
So as a group, what is that one thing
Yeah.
you want to happen?
If anybody wants to speak up individually, it's great.
Probably you can take some quick responses. One thing which you want from the group, one thing which you don't want from the group. So that will help. Should I call out names or should we?
No, it's
Yes,
okay. Even if you're not ready to say something on that topic, and if you want to point out on something else, you can point out on that also. Because me talking here passively and not having anything from your side is not going to help you or me. I'll just give a lecture and go away, right? But if there is something that can be spoken on, any topic that can be spoken on, you can speak on that.
Okay, one thing you want from the group and one thing you don't want from the group. Rest of you keep thinking, I'll come to you.
When usually when we sit down for a couple of hours, we tend to lose focus at the end of the day. So it starts becoming a little less intense or
Okay.
a little random where we start talking. So if we're in a group, then it would be really helpful if one or two people step up and say, encourage us to study rather than mentors, because mentors might be there, might not be there.
Okay. So one thing that you want
Yeah, yes.
and one thing that you don't want.
That I'll think about.
Okay. One thing. Okay, then let's talk about something that you want if you're comfortable with that.
So Teja, what do you want from the group? What support do you want from the group?
Right.
All of you think about one thing which you want from everyone.
If not all of you, at least somebody who has an idea about it.
What's it? What did you do?
So in my case, I'm very new here right now. I am stuck on my own limitations. I haven't paid attention to anything other than myself right now.
Okay.
So,
So you are comfortable within yourself. There is nothing in
I
the
don't,
system.
the current peers that I'm having, I'm comfortable with them. I don't have any issues with them. They're
Okay.
nice.
Anything else?
So Aaron, what is it you need from the group?
I think those spoke to me.
Nothing extra.
Sudarshan, what is it you need from the group?
Maybe some give and takes.
Okay.
If I'm good at, I need to deliver to them.
Understood.
If
Discussion
someone is
maybe?
good at it.
Yeah. So probably discussion.
And how many people don't want to? Just want to study by themselves. The reason I'm asking you this is that being very introvert, not having discussions, not being updated, I lost 3 years of my life. Okay, lost a lot of marks in my life. Being competitive. So today I'm having a conversation being very layered and very vulnerable that okay, I missed out on that many years of my life. When I was 21, 22, if I was well updated, I would have created a career which I'm creating right now long back. Your peers are your networking. We all know that nothing works without networks today. You become a CA, you don't become a CA. Your networks are going to help you out. Point number one. I know all of you have a priority of clearing the exam right now, but you all should know one thing, that if 3 people are studying 3 different topics and talking about it, and you going and solving your MCQs otherwise on the 3 topics, is going to have a more benefit on you than you studying one topic and solving MCQs from one side. Secondly, that nobody talks about, okay, this one thing I got out very superficial, but when you are giving a competitive exams, we all are phased out after a few hours. We all feel lonely. We all have negative thoughts. We have so much of things inside our head that we are going to lose out on those hours also. So the consequence is very big of not having social support. If your parents are not socially supporting you in any one aspect of your life, may it be friendship, may it be career choices, how does that affect your self-esteem? It does affect, right? When you have so much of less time, your people of your age group are not coming together, having boundaries. It's not going to help you. You know 50% people will clear and 50 will not clear. We all know that, right? But instead of being that 1 out of 10, if you start being those 10 and the rest aside, that can only and only happen when you have good discussions, when you have good set of discussion. I'm not saying don't be competitive with each other. You should be, okay? You all should be. But you know where actual competition is. When she knows a particular thing better than you, you will study that thing better. But if you don't know where do you lie in amongst your own selves, how are you going to know that where you lie amongst the CAs that are around you? You should give one thought to it. Second thing I'm telling, this is a very, okay, if we do not have an open discussion, there are people you like, there are people you dislike, there are people you get along, that you don't get along, you don't have that much of time. The people you get along with, you can study with. At least one. It's not necessary you have 2 people, 3 people right now. Even one person with you studying together will save your face.